Today's guest is known as the Gentle Giant. Isn't that cool to have the Gentle Giant on the Giant Builders? So, really love what he's offering as far as really helping us to understand how we become a giant. So, let's check it out.
Building spirituality, family, health, and business. This is the Giant Builders with Lois Wyant.
Hey, Giant Builders. So, I am really excited to have this guest with us because his name is Nick Smith and he's known as the Gentle Giant. Hey, Nick, how are you?
I am so good.
Great. Can you
So
tell our
good.
listeners a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Nick Smith. I run a program called my12journeys.com. It's based off of my book, The Giants and the Smalls. I wrote this book years ago to help not only myself, but my kids and other people to recognize their inner giant. And so it's a story of a small and a giant. And the small realizes finally that there's more to life than just playing small. And so he goes on a journey to learn how to become a giant and goes to the land of the giants and learns from a giant how to become a giant. And so my entire program is designed around helping people to rewrite their narratives and their stories. I've been doing it for about 15 years. I have a master's degree in industrial organizational psychology and a huge fan of AI now with all the changes to that. So I'm using that heavily in my business. And it's one of many books that I've written. There's The Art of Accomplishment and The Tortoise's Hair, which is another one, which is a book of self-love and self-acceptance.
Oh,
And
are those
so
all on Amazon? Because I would. So, what age range are these books good for?
adults, yeah, they're kids' books written for adults. So I got the
Okay.
inspiration from Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer
Oh,
Johnson.
yeah, I read that one.
Yep. Yeah. So I
Okay.
thought, why not do that?
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So, how thick is the book? How big is it?
It's about 30 pages
Uh-huh.
and takes about 30 minutes to read.
Okay.
So it's a pretty good sized book. It's a quick read. The Art of Accomplishment take you about an hour. I like writing books that are fairly simple to get through.
Yeah.
It
Is
has
it
a short
something that
attention
you could
span.
read to teenagers or have teenagers read?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we have people from age 7 to 70 picking up
Oh,
this book
okay.
and finding inspiration. Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right. I have those age ranges, so I'm all right. And are they on
perfect.
Amazon or just through your website?
Amazon and through my website, if you go to my12journeys.com, they're all right there as well. So there's direct
Okay.
links to every book.
All right. Great. Birthday
Yep.
presents up. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Going
Yeah,
back to
cool.
you, now that I have my project taken care of, what are some common cycles that people get trapped in?
Their story and their patterns. And one thing I've learned is that our brain is all about energy conservation and it doesn't care what you program in, it will automate it. This is where people get addicted to patterns. And even if something's good for them, they'll resist change just because the brain wants efficiency. And so people aren't necessarily lazy. It's just their brain is designed and engineered to be efficient and conserve energy and keep you safe. And so it's going to do that at all costs, even the good stuff. And so that's where I think people get stuck in a loop the most. They get into their patterns and they go unconscious. And then years later, they're finding they're there. And then they shame themselves for even getting there. And that's not necessary.
So, how do you help them get free from that trap?
So we have 12 journeys that we take them through. And the first step is recognizing that you have that and how the brain works. It's an incredible system. It has 86 billion neurons, 85 billion glial cells. It can store the internet twice. It's better than any AI system out there. It can stack any knowledge, all the books ever written. And even with half a brain or a tenth of a brain, you can operate a normal life. It's just so plastic. And so the first step is to help them recognize how powerful their brain is, and then to wake up to the patterns they programmed in from culture, society, family, their own experiences, traumas, all those things that keep them in their protective state
Hmm.
and help them to wake up to that and then teach them to navigate the emotions of it and navigate the acceptance of it so that they can start to transform it to something different. So as long as we're in resistance to what is, we'll fight the resistance and not change the behavior. So our job is to not resist it.
All right. So, can you give me a little hint on what the 12 journeys are?
Yeah. Do you want me to go through them real quick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm curious. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's root journeys, there's the root, the shoot, and the fruit. And so the root journeys are the internal journeys of non-consciousness of your brain and how it works, awareness, which is waking up to that, grief, which is the journey of heavy emotions. And then we go into the journey of acceptance, which is acknowledging what is without resigning to it. And then we go to the journey of gratitude, which is recognizing what is that's good and that's enough. And that becomes the foundation of all abundance. And then we go into the journey of empowerment, which is finding all the tools that work for you to elevate your mind to that safe state so that you can create. And then we go into the growth journeys or the shoot, which is where we embrace uncertainty and the unknown. Our goal is not to have a map for the unknown, but a compass and realize that we're the navigator and that no matter what happens out here, we can become anti-fragile to it and step into it without having to know what the next step is going to be. And then we go to the journey of abundance, which is recognizing that everything we have around us is just chaos ready to be transformed, and that everything we need to create anything we can imagine is already here. We just have to transform it from one form to another. And then you go into the journey of vision and surrender and nurture, which is creating your idea, letting go of how it comes about, but nurturing it and yourself as you create it so that you can do the final journey, which is the fruit, which is the legacy and the impact or ripple you're going to make in the world. And so we measure ripple by your ability to regulate, how you identify yourself, your pattern interruption, your pro social behavior, your self leadership, and then the environmental change that you create so you can help yourself to grow.
Yeah, wow. That is so exciting.
Yeah, thank
Love
you.
that. The one that stuck out in my mind most, maybe it's because I have three Eagle Scouts, but the compass over the map, that one,
Yeah,
that really stuck out to me because you can't really depend on maps because you yourself change and maybe something falls in the front of your path or something like that. So you really, the compass thing was really, that really stuck out to me.
yeah, cool, cool. Yeah, we use a symbol in our training called the X. There's a stone that my brother gave me. It had a perfect crystal X in it. It indicates that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're right on time. You're doing what you need to be doing. It's the unknown equation. It's the X on the map where you are. It's the X where you're going. So it's a pretty versatile letter. And so we use that as a symbol for what we do as far as marking where you are and where you're going.
Oh, that's really great. How did you get to this point?
A lot of things: bankruptcy and foreclosure in 2008,
Yeah.
divorce in 2019, generalized anxiety disorder in 2017. I was trying to cure myself or help myself and find ways outside of medication to help me grow. I'm a big believer in therapy and psychiatry. For me, it wasn't working, so I needed to find something. So I started diving into the research around emotions. A lot of people are able to move forward without that fight or flight constantly running. I'm not. I'm constantly in a state of anxiety and striving to grow. And so I had to find tools to help me do that and regulate my body while I step into the unknown. And so that's where it all came from.
Sometimes God gives us those experiences so we can make a better impact on our world.
Yeah. And if I can affect one person, I'm good. That's really it. I don't know what they're going to do with it. But if I can affect one, then we're golden.
Yeah. Feeling you're affecting a lot of people. But
There's quite a few. It's
yeah.
good.
So
Yeah.
tell us more about your community.
Yeah. So we run a community online called the Tribe of Giants on Facebook. And so we have 4,200 members there and growing. And it's just a space for people to share and love and support each other. The love is more of a agape style love. There's this Western version of you've got to have this feeling. And sometimes you don't feel like doing this work. Agape style is more the committed love. It's like I'm committed to you even when I'm not feeling it. And so sometimes we need that for our dreams and creations because there will be days that we just don't feel like it. And this community is a space for people to support themselves or support each other. We also have our Limitless Giant community, which is a space for our graduates of our program.
Oh.
And that's where they come back and just keep plugging the lessons in from the 12 journeys into different areas of life. So we've seen it in relationship, business. We've had some people go through some serious difficulties and continue to grow through those using the 12 journeys, which has been pretty amazing.
So is the 12 Journeys like a recorded type of course that you go through, or what is?
It's a one-to-one training or a group
Okay.
training. Yeah, I haven't turned it into an automated system yet. But if you go to My 12 Journeys, I have all these applications on there, blog posts, brain candy, things to help you. There are AI applications that are programmed with the 12 Journeys, so you can actually have dialogue around them with whatever's going on in your life. On the back end of it, for our graduates, we have tools built for them so that they can continue to use those throughout their life. So they have lifetime access once they've gone through. And that way, they're not going back to their old patterns. Or if they do, they're able to come out of it a lot quicker because automation really is the secret. Whatever you automate is going to allow you to change your identity. And that's where things start to shift. And you mentioned earlier that you've got people that are on their next life. I love that idea because they're rewriting at 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. We have people in our program that are 75 plus that are just absolutely excited about life again.
Yeah,
It's cool.
that is really cool. So tell me about what's brain candy because I'm one who likes chocolate. So that
Oh,
is like,
yeah. Well, it's,
what's that?
do you want me to share a screen and show you, or do you want,
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, go
can
for
we
it.
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll have to enable share and then
All
I
right, I have to find these things here.
can explain it too.
All right, share screen. Did I do it?
That did it. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
All right. Let's see. Are you seeing that?
Almost. Okay, yep, there it is.
You got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you come to my12journeys.com, you'll see a tab there that says brain candy. And then when you click into it, it's quick tips. I love fast facts.
Uh-huh.
And so mental, psychological, I love things on business, AI, science, brain. I love learning about the brain. So these are quick facts that you can learn just in a snippet. So we call them brain candy because the brain lights up with that little dopamine hit.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like candy for the brain. And I didn't create that name, Brain Candy. It was a book I read years ago. So I just created my version of it, Giant Brain Candy. How clever was that?
Yeah.
Right?
Hey.
So creative. But these are just quick tools that you can go through to learn about your body, your brain, your emotions, and how to navigate those. And so I keep adding more every day. The other place that they can go is to our blog. So I write blog posts nearly every day. And so there are tons of articles on things that are relevant to life. So we're human as much as we're business owners. We're human as much as we're coaches or trainers or anything else. So we've got to learn how to work with our bodies. And so that's what we've got here. On that homepage is where they'll find the tools.
Mhm.
And I
We'll have
built
that
this.
link below too, Giant Builders.
Yeah, so they can come in here. There's some free tools. You can actually play a little game and get some free tools. But this is the AI application right here that you can talk to. You just plug in your conversation. If you don't know what to say, it has some pre-programmed prompts for you. And it just allows you to go through and explore yourself, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, that's really cool. I love your graphics too. They're very eye-catching.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that's the power of AI.
Yeah, I love AI.
Me too. Me too.
Okay. So what would be like first steps to take to start living like giants that God has created us to be? What would we do first to make contact with you?
First is come to the website and just absorb. We have our podcast on there. We have over 330 interviews that we've done with giants from around the world. It's on Wake Up with Giants TV. So you'll see access to that. You can see it on YouTube as well. But I would just start consuming the information. They say that for people to start working or trusting you, working with
Mhm.
you, they need about 7 hours of content for them to really feel trusting of you. And we live in a trust recession right now.
Yeah.
And so, what I would say first is just come to the website and play. Enjoy the brain candy, the blog posts, the videos, and consume it. Because what that's going to do for your brain is your brain's going to start to realize how powerful you are. And then you can start working with your brain to rewrite your story. If it feels like a program would be beneficial to you, then you can reach out. We have information in there for each of our programs. And so you can read those. If it calls to you, do it. If not, don't. There are plenty of opportunities for people to go through and find their pathway. So, this is a way that has been very effective for our clients to rewrite their foundational operating system And now they can plug whatever they want on top of that because they have an understanding of how their brain works and how to navigate and transform it. And so if you're doing therapy or coaching or anything else, business, you'll use the 12 journeys as your operating system to run those more efficiently. And so to me, it's foundational human behavior, the things we missed as kids, the things I never got as a kid. And so I would start there. Just go play, reach out if you have questions. If it's not for you, it's not for you. It's no big deal.
Oh,
So,
that's great. I know I find that interesting is like the things that we didn't receive. It's like I think about how much my grandchildren are not receiving because of
yeah,
technology and just the social interaction with people and those types of things that you don't get if you don't go out on the field and play baseball together
that's
or
true, huh?
soccer together or whatever.
Yeah, what we missed out from upbringing, our kids are missing out on because of technology. It's
Mhm.
so interesting. And so this will be there as a place that people can come and just consume, and really expand their vision of who they are and how God created them because holy crap, are we amazing as
Oh, yeah.
humans? Yeah,
I know.
pretty
And even just
incredible.
the things you said about our brains, just overwhelming as to that lives inside my body. Like
Yeah.
this house full computer.
It's pretty impressive. There's one story I'll share real quick
Okay.
here. There was a gentleman in France he was about 40 years old, lived a normal life, was feeling great, and started having headaches. So they went in to do a brain scan to see what was going on because they couldn't figure it out. When they scanned his brain, he had 10% of a normal mass of human brain. That's it. 90% cerebral spinal fluid, 10% brain, and he lived a normal life on 10% of a brain. It just speaks to the power of the human brain. There's people that have had half of their brain removed that have lived normal and functional lives. So it's not a problem of equipment. It's really just the programming that we put into it, and it will literally adapt to any programming we give it. And
Mm,
if I could wake people up to one thing, is that you have the power to rewrite that programming. And that's where you go from small to giant,
yeah.
is doing that.
Yeah. I heard a podcast one time where the guy said that your brain doesn't know the difference between real and make believe. So if
Yeah.
you make up things, then your brain will start believing that's real.
Ultimately, yeah. If you think about it, it's in a little black box. It will never see, it will never hear, taste, touch, smell. The only thing it can do is interpret, and it interprets based on previous experiences, which I think is pretty incredible. But it's a story maker, constantly making up stories. So everybody's truth is respective. That means that Einstein's brain is the same brain you have. Anything you see somebody else doing out there that has an incredible brain that you admire, you have that same brain.
Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I think just remember who you are, that you were engineered to be giant and that you weren't engineered to be small. Small is a learning that we have for survival. And so we develop these parts to protect ourselves. And so if I could just tell the person on the other screen is start exploring how giant you really are. So start to realize that you have an incredible brain, and no matter how old you are, at any age, you have neuroplasticity, neurogenesis, neuroenergetics that are there to support you. So at any age, you can teach an old dog new tricks. So I would say start playing with that wherever you are in your journey.
That's great. Nick, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I'm going to get off of here and go order some books. And Giant Builders, all his information will be down. But you know what? Why am I not thinking of this? So what we're going to do is you leave a comment on the YouTube of the Giant Builder, this episode, and I'm going to buy an extra book, and I'm going to have a drawing to give one away. You can start doing your giant transformation as soon as you hear this episode.
Can we do one more and I'll throw one in too? And
Oh, okay.
so if you'll tell me who won, I'll mail it out to them.
Okay, great.
That
Okay,
sound good?
that sounds great. All right, so we have two winners. All you have to do is leave a comment in the YouTube of this episode. Thanks, Nick. That's very kind of you.
You're very welcome.
So, all right, Giant Builders, we'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening. This has been The Giant Builders with Lois Wyant.